Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Bern Apperson. Good morning.
Almost didn't get good morning out, so that's not a good sign for today. Hey, it's a little cloudier out there than it was earlier.
Was it? Is it?
Yeah. I picked up 200s over the weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
gets us up to a whopping 34.
Should take whatever you can get.
Yeah. These days, that just rarely knocks the dust even a little bit down. But, hey, it's already the 29th of August. So
it is.
It's been a dry one, 3,400s. We might get some before the end of the week, although it's another warm forecast, my friend.
It is, and dry, too.
97 yesterday was a high on Sunday.
Did it get up to that? Wow.
Yeah. That's a little crazy. So, football, 97, that doesn't make much sense to me, but, you know, I'm not a sports guy like you are.
That's all right. After Saturday, there's a lot of things about football that's not making sense to me this morning, so it's all right.
I was going to try to avoid that conversation. I don't want you to be down about it. I don't want you to just keep your chin up, my friend. There's other things in the world besides a football game, and you have to go all the way over the ocean to Ireland to lose two 11-point leads in a game.
Yeah.
Score. You got the momentum going, and what happens?
Please don't bring that up.
Onside kick.
What in the world is going on?
I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I'm not a football.
I lost my mind.
I imagine you did.
I just lost it.
I even had some words I said out loud.
I just sat there dumbfounded.
I didn't get it. I still don't get it.
This is true. I walk in this morning. You know, at my desk, I have a couple of, like Nebraska footballs up on my desk. They're setting on tees.
Yes.
And this is true, folks. I come in this morning. One of them has fallen off the shelf and was on the floor. That just sums it up, doesn't it?
That's weird.
It was weird. It was it's a football that shows all of Nebraska's national championships on it. And I come in this morning, it has I don't know how it did, but it had fell off the shelf and was on the floor. And I went to pick it up, and I'm like, this just says it all right here.
Onside kick at your desk.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't listen to any of the post game comments. I haven't read anything about it, so I don't know what if a reason was given for that decision. But I didn't listen to it, and I don't know if there's any reason that could make me understand that. I'll just leave it there.
Well, I didn't listen to a lot of it either, but you know how my wife reads things.
Yeah.
And she was reading some of the recap on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
And now, folks, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Coach Frost said that one was on me. That was his decision.
Was it? Okay.
That's what he said. I think it was something like, well, we had scored, and he thought that they would widen the gap if they got the ball and get good field position and pull away and win the game. I think that one might have been the wrong decision.
Yeah, well, I don't understand it.
And you've already given up 11 points.
But anyway, There were a lot of, and I mean, listen, there were a lot of other things, obviously. And I will say this, I've never seen a coach during his tenure at a school that never, I mean, it just seems like he never gets a break. Because in the first half, Nebraska's kind of rolling along offensively. They just look fantastic.
First half,
they get the catch down in near the 10-yard line, and the Northwestern guy rips the ball out. Okay, well, as we watch the replay, there was one angle that, to me, and I think even to the announcers on television, made it look as though his knee is down. It goes the other way. Play stands. You don't get a break. Late in the game, Northwestern.
Settle down. Settle down a little bit.
I'm getting all revved up again. But Northwestern punt. This is just amazing to me how this poor head coach can never get a break. Northwestern kicks the ball, punts it away. It hits at the 1-yard line. Instead of rolling forward 1 yard,
easy,
it bounces
easy. Take
back
it easy.
2 yards.
You have a blood pressure issue.
Now the onside kick thing, that to me that's Frost, and I just flat out don't get that. But the other things that have happened to him as the head coach, the poor guy can't buy a break, and it's mind-boggling to me. 5-21 is his record in games that have been decided by 8 or fewer points. Now, my question is, and I haven't seen a stat. If someone has this stat, I would love to get it. Of those 21 losses in those close games, how many of them came with Nebraska leading in the second half?
Well, here's the other thing, though, my good friend.
Yes.
His record is awful when they go into the second half behind, or into the fourth quarter behind. I mean, it's
right.
They just haven't come back and won the.
Right,
yeah.
but they've been ahead in plenty of those games in the second half.
Oh, I agree, and that's another problem.
And but yeah, seriously, you look at him. There have been so many things that have just, like I said, you just don't get a break. I mean, if that fumble is what was ruled a fumble, if it's overturned, I mean, who knows what happens then? But listen, the bottom line is the bottom line, and they lost another one. And listen, you can't. They gave up over 500 yards of total offense.
Yeah.
They gave up over 200 yards rushing, and it just wow.
Yeah, that wasn't what you wanted to see.
Disappointing. That's what it is. It
just didn't want to see that.
Disappointing.
You thought maybe they had shored up, or they would try to shore up those guys that have nobody around them for 20 yards when they receive a pass. In the first half, there's several passes that they must have missed their assignment or something. But, I mean, Northwestern had guys out there. They could have had a little picnic lunch and caught the ball and went on down the field. I mean, they were wide open a lot of times. Also, the quarterback for Northwestern also threaded the needle pretty well. He was pretty hot.
Well, he seemed to have plenty of time to do that.
I told the guys he could, sit down and visit a little bit and get up and throw the ball, and they weren't getting to him at all.
But you know what? There were still some things that I walked away going, hey, this is good. I mean, I thought Casey Thompson at times the guy is, I think he's good at quarterback.
Like
he can throw the ball, and I don't think there's any question that Nebraska has upgraded at the receiver position for this year.
But if you can't stop,
they've got some guys that can catch the ball.
I agree. But if you can't stop the other team from scoring, it really doesn't matter.
No.
And here's the rest of the story. There was an article out before this game that it was crucial for Frost to win this first game and get the motor running going into Oklahoma. So now they have two kind of slough games, maybe. I don't know.
I was going to say.
Maybe. And they say he could be gone in October. I don't know.
Just
if he loses, lost the first one, going to go into Oklahoma and then go into the tough games, they say there's a good chance he could be let go by mid-October. If you get fired, though, folks out there listening, if you got fired from your job and they said, okay, we're going to let you go, but you're going to get $7.5 million, it wouldn't be so bad.
Well, listen, if you're a Husker fan, what makes this worse is who doesn't want to see Scott Frost succeed? I mean, I do anyway.
Well, I agree with you.
I want him to be the guy, because if he's not the guy, who is the guy? I keep coming back to who is the guy?
Well, the guy they fired that had 9 wins. Who's the last coach that had 9 wins?
Well, the last one that had 9 wins was Mike Riley.
I thought it was Solich.
No. Mike Riley had a season where they won 9 games. Bo Pelini never won less than 9 games.
Okay, we were talking over the weekend, and we thought it was Solich that they let him go.
No.
You sure? You sure? I know you're a Husker guy.
Oh, trust me. Yeah, I'll gladly put my money on this one. Yeah, Mike Riley had that one season where they were having a great year and then lost a heartbreaker to Wisconsin. I think we had made it into the top 10 even. And then we stumbled coming down the stretch, but we won 9 games that year. And Bo Pelini never won less than 9 games. He never had a season where he won less than 9 games.
Well, check Frank Solich's record for me, would you?
Okay. Yeah. Frank had one season where he won 7, and then I think the rest of them he won 9 or more.
Oh, okay.
He was fired. He was fired in a season that he won 9 games.
That's what we were talking about.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to get to.
Yeah, he and Bo Pelini would have been 2 coaches that were fired after a season where they won at least 9 games.
Wow. That's all I can say. Looking back's easier now because you're saying, well, they expected more than that out of those guys. But right now, we would be more than happy to take that.
I'd take 6 wins.
Right? I mean,
take 7, 6.
Oh, boy. Well.
All right. I guess enough of that. But
yeah.
It was just anytime you come into a new year, you have new hopes. Tons of new faces on a coaching staff, new faces. And, it takes more than just new faces to make a change.
It does.
Let's face it.
And
we found that out.
The other side of that is this new way of doing things in college football, this portal system. It takes some of the fun out of it for some of us because, sometimes you go back with what you had and you get better with what you had. And now if you got players that are pretty good players and they didn't get to play very much and they don't want to wait their turn, away they go. And then you get players coming into your team that didn't want to wait their turn somewhere else. And you got a whole bunch of people that didn't want to wait their turn, and they might be good athletes, but does that mesh into a good team? I guess that's the question. And I guess we could ask Alabama how to do it.
Yeah, they've got it figured out at the moment.
All right,
anyway.
Birthdays.
Okay.
Buzz Downey celebrating his birthday today.
Happy birthday.
One of my favorite guys. I always refer to him as Fuzzy Buzzy.
Yeah.
But we go back a ways, and Buzz, I hope you're doing good, my friend. Mary Lee Johnson is having a birthday today. Happy birthday, Mary Lee Johnson. Not a nicer gal around. And Tim Meerberg, who lived here for a number of years, good friend of Mike Evans, and that's how he got here and stayed a number of years. And now I believe he lives in Omaha, but happy birthday, Tim. If you're celebrating a birthday, you're celebrating with Elliot Gould, who is 84 today, veteran actor known for his most recent, I guess he had a lot of films, most recently the Ocean Films franchise, as he was in those series, those films. Yes?
I was just going to say he was Monica and Ross's dad in Friends.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
I didn't watch Friends too much, so I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Rebecca De Mornay, 63.
Okay.
She played Tom Cruise's girlfriend, Lana, in Risky Business.
Mm-hmm.
Also starred in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle and The Wedding Crashers. And Brian Chesky. Probably most of us wouldn't know Brian, but the billionaire businessman, is the co-founder and CEO of Airbnb.
Oh.
So you're celebrating birthdays with rich guys and actresses and actors today. Buzz, Mary Lee, and Tim. And anybody else celebrating a birthday today. School lunch menus?
All right.
I don't want to talk any more football with you. Your color's starting to come back to a normal shade now.
All right. Okay. I'm okay now.
Okay.
I'm all right.
All right.
I apologize for
I think other fans feel the same way.
losing it a little bit. I can't wait. Just get ready. When Shipe comes in, you're going to have to give him and me a few minutes because we'll have to visit.
I don't know if that'd be a very positive show.
No, I don't mean on the show. You probably want us to talk. What I'm saying is you'll have to give us a corner of the building, and we'll try to stay away from everybody, but we'll probably have to hash some things out.
I can shut my office door.
Okay. And some Myrna today. Hot pepperoni sub, cheeseburger, crispy chicken shaker with roasted flatbread on the menu today at AM.
Arnold today, it's ready rib on a bun.
Litchfield today, hamburgers at Litchfield today.
Ansley, it's pulled pork sandwiches, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
All right, at Callaway today, serving barbecue sandwiches at Callaway.
Got to turn the page on the Broken Bow Middle School, High School. As a matter of fact, I'll just rip off the page here. Hold on.
Well done.
Thanks. Something I found out the other day when I went fishing, we were chuckling about it over the weekend with some friends. It takes longer to fish now because you can sit for 30 to 45 minutes just putting the new lure on.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're shaky in one hand, can't see very well, and your fingers on your right hand are stiff.
Yeah.
It takes longer to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Broken Bow Middle School, High School. Tacos with dinner roll, crispy chicken sandwiches, spicy chicken sandwich, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, crispy chicken shaker with roasted flatbread, and all the trimmings.
All right, SEM today, chicken Alfredo on the menu at SEM.
And today at Thedford, corn dogs, macaroni, and cheese. At Thedford today.
All right, I've got a couple of more here. Gothenburg ham and scallop potatoes, chicken fajita or just fajita salad, pizza, buffalo chicken slider on the menu at Gothenburg. At Loop City today, they're showing teriyaki chicken sandwich or barbecue rib ready sandwich. That's at Loop City today.
And at Sandhills today, it's chicken patty on a bun, tri-taters, and carrots. Many of these food items we're reading to you can be purchased, and you can make your own with the ingredients from the grocery cart. We're going to talk about that in a moment.
All right. Here's your menu for Cozad Taco Joe Sandwich, Italian pizza or PB&J on the menu at Cozad. And at the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow today, they're going to be serving fish fillets, carrots, strawberries, pudding, and bread at the Prairie Pioneer Center.
We will hold up on playing the game because we have a guest in the studio by the name of Steve.
I want to go back to school and have some lunch.
You know, it sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Man, I don't recall lunches this good when I was going to school.
No.
Flatbread and
It's always porcupine balls,
spinach. And,
I don't know.
ham loaf.
It was passed down in the lore of high school that Brent really enjoyed flying saucers.
Yo, I did enjoy flying saucers.
I liked them.
I speak
Yes.
the truth.
Did you like them?
Not really.
Didn't you?
Really? Oh, man, I smiled when I heard flying saucers on the menu.
Well, that and pizza on
Pizza
Fridays.
and hamburgers. Whenever I heard hamburgers, pizza, or flying saucers.
Did you go with chocolate or what? Well, we only got chocolate milk on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we only got chocolate. I was never a big milk drinker, but I don't like chocolate milk. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I like chocolate ice cream. I like chocolate, but there's just something about chocolate milk I didn't like.
You know, that's almost communist.
Okay.
Not liking
I'd go
chocolate
that
milk?
far.
Wow.
Well, sorry.
Steve, how you been?
Oh, pretty good, Dave. How about you?
Good. How's things at the grocery cart?
They're pretty well. Yeah, we're getting through the days and the weeks, and could use some help, especially on the front end now. If anyone's looking for some hours during the day while their kids are at school, or even school-aged kids that are looking for some hours in the evenings and the weekends, we would love to talk to you for those cashier positions. And it's a nice way to, interact with the public if you enjoy that. And so, yeah, definitely look for that opening. Always looking for some other employment opportunities to be filled as well. Deli, we could still use some folks, and other stocking positions as well. So, yeah.
Right. Most of these positions part-time?
Most of them are part-time, yes.
Okay.
Some of the deli positions could have full-time potential, but most are part-time. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, come see you, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Or leave an application for me.
Yeah, leave it off if you're not there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, specials, and more specials, and school's in full swing. So summer's winding down. Some of the items, I'm sure, will change as you go along with the seasons.
Pumpkin spice.
Wow. Yeah. That's coming up.
Yeah. A little cleanup action. If you did get an email from the grocery cart where we would normally send out the weekly ad, on accident it sent out a meat rewards promotion. Well, we're not currently doing any meat points rewards, so ignore that.
Okay.
If you've seen it, that was supposed to be the ad that was sent out, so just to clarify that.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about this week's ad. Of course, it's Labor Day.
Yes,
ad.
it is.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, but it is.
Yeah, so this ad goes through Monday, September 5th. For Labor Day. So a lot of great end of the season grilling items and everything else in this ad. So pick out all these great meat department items. 80% lean ground beef, 10-pound tube, $3.28 a pound. New York strip steak, one of my favorites, $12.98 a pound. Skip the bone and a lot of the fat, and it's a good portion as well. So if you're all about the T-bones, by all means, go grab one. But I love that New York strip steak. Let's see, bone-in Boston butt pork roast, always affordable, $2.28 a pound. Great on the smoker. Country-style pork ribs, $2.98 a pound. Johnsonville cooked brats or sausages, $3.98 each. Something for the kids or maybe the adult that hasn't grown up. Oscar Mayer Basic Lunchables, 2 for $3. I would fall in that.
There's
category.
a lot of people that would, yeah.
Fairbury brand red hot dogs, 32 ounces, $9.48. And, of course, the good old bacon, Daly's Hickory Smoked Sliced Bacon, $4.98 each. Over in the dairy deals at the grocery cart, Kraft shredded cheese, 2 for $5. Best Choice chunk cheese, 2 for $8. This is the 16-ounce varieties on those. And Dean's chip dips. So pick up a package of Ruffles or Lay's and dip away to your heart's content. 2 for $4 for Dean chips dip in the dairy department. Frozen foods this week. Pick up your favorite dessert, and if it needs a nice topping on it, we've got you covered. Cool Whip frozen topping, 8 ounces, 2 for $3. Ore-Ida frozen potatoes, 2 for $6. And don't forget about those orange tag savings being hung probably as we speak, or as most people come in and shop today and tomorrow. We renew those, take down the old ones, and keep all those current so you can save a little extra green on your grocery purchases. A lot of those orange tag savings you'll find throughout the store, but most prominently in the biggest department, which is the grocery department. And grocery has a lot of great deals this week as well. Pick up your favorite pop in the pop aisle. We've got 3 for $12 Pepsi products, 3 for $11 6-pack half liters by Pepsi, $5.48 for the 8-pack bottles or 12-pack cans on the Coke products. We also have Van Camp's pork and beans, 88 cents each. And get your snacks on with all these great snacks this week. 2 for $5 for all of these. Chicken and biscuit, wheat thin, snack crackers, and kettle cooked Frito-Lay chips, both 2 for $5. 2 for $6 for Doritos. and Cheez-Its and Grams. The Keebler Grams and the Keebler Cheez-Its, all 2 for $6 this week. Continuing on in the grocery savings, Bush's Best Baked Beans, 2 for $5. Gatorade Thirst Quencher, 8-pack bottles, 2 for $11. Betty Crocker Suddenly Salads, 4 for $5. Fresh produce, the summer produce is still prevalent, but you definitely want to get in for the end of the season on Colorado peaches, $2.28 a pound. Summer ripe nectarines or plums, $2.28 a pound as well. Red or green seedless grapes, $1.78 a pound. Herdez Authentic Guacamole, 15 ounces, 2 varieties. You get the spicy or the traditional.
What's spicy like? Have you tried it?
It's spicy.
Really spicy?
Mm.
You like it?
Tingle on the tongue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't like the spicy myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a warm-blooded individual, and if I start eating a spicy dish, I just start sweating. I sweat easily. So, I'm for the traditional guac when I go after the guacamole.
Okay.
Yeah, $4.48 this week, and it's definitely traditional. It's almost like homemade. I would definitely put my stamp of approval on that guy. Among many other things in the produce department, such as sweet onions, only 98 cents a pound. A lot of great treats in the produce department, healthy for you. Strawberries, 2 for $7, and Pink Lady apples, $1.28 a pound. We've got the deli this week throwing out all the great savings for 3-pound Reese's salad, $6.98. Kretschmar hard salami, $6.98 a pound. Great cut of meat to put into your sandwich for a little bit of a taste profile that you normally wouldn't get with a turkey, ham, or a roast beef. So definitely a great add-in for any sandwich. Mrs. Jerry's Parmesan bow tie pasta, super delicious, $3.98 a pound. GK Bakery, we've got the Brothers Donut Tubs, 5 varieties, 2 for $8. King's Hawaiian Rolls, 12-count varieties, 2 for $7, and Hostess snack cakes, 2 for $8. Swing by that wine and spirits shop for your favorite in that department. Maybe you enjoy the local stuff, the Nebraska stuff, or the national brands. We have you covered. And there's also a special deal here. We've got a $2 off coupon, any 24 or 30 ounce. I'm sorry, 24 or 30 pack beer. So any 24 or 30 pack beer, limit to $2 off, and that just comes off at the register. So I don't think it's something you have to bring in or do anything about.
Okay.
Just get that, and that's pretty nice. So definitely take advantage of that. Rewards bonus items, definitely a good way to bolster those rewards points. You obviously earn 5 points for every item you shop for every dollar you spend, you get 5 points, I should say, outside of tobacco and alcohol products. But these rewards bonus items are a great way to, one, get a great ad item, plus you get extra points. So Johnsonville brats or Italian sausages, great on the grill, $5.48 each, earn 600 points. Clementines in a 3-pound bag, $4.98, earn 300 points. Snack Factory pretzel crisps. These are on a rack over by the deli department. Super nice snack to have in the house. $2.98, earn 300 points. Mini Angel Food Bundt Cakes, 4-count, 2 for $6, earn 300 points. Kemp's Ice Cream Pails, 128 ounces, $6.98, earn 700 points. Kraft Velveeta Loaf, Dave, $7.99.
Beautiful.
800 points if you're wanting to pour that liquid gold over something this week.
Great way to describe
it. A lot of great points to go with that. 800 points per Velveeta brick.
Slowly dripping like that, yeah. Gold.
Yeah, sounds great. Kraft Miracle Whip, 19 to 30 ounce varieties, $4.48, earn 500 points. And Kingsford Original or Match Light Charcoal, 12 to 16 pounds, $9.98, earn 900 points. So get that grill out one last time or many more times, because the weather will stay nice enough to do that for a long time. And you use that charcoal up and get a bunch of points with it as well. So, that's where we're at with this week's ad. We hope everyone enjoys their week and has a happy Labor Day on the upcoming Monday. And I won't be calling the onside kick this week at the grocery cart. So we're going to do business as usual.
I think it's a good idea to just stay on track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the holiday, this holiday typically is, in many cases, kind of the end of camping season, although there's really some great camping left in the fall. But with school and everything going on, it kind of changes. So you got plenty of hot dog buns and all that sort of thing for the weekend?
Absolutely. We'll be stocked up on all those great items for the last hurrah, so to speak. There'll be plenty more opportunities to do some grilling and campouts, but kind of signals the change into the harvest season. And with that in mind, anyone that's getting prepared for silage cutting, harvesting their corn, whatnot, if you have a crew that needs fed and you need an order of meat and cheese, or anything else from the meat department, if you want to feed them all, we can definitely help you with that. So just give us a call and give us your ideas of what you'd like to do.
Yeah, now you can come in kind of the way you're doing things at the deli. You can pick up pre-sliced meats to take with you, maybe make some sandwiches.
Absolutely. It's super convenient for the on-the-go person and that just needs a couple bags of meat or cheese, but if it's a bigger order, we can definitely take that order over the phone and have that sliced to order for you and ready to go. And, with any luck, we'll be able to do that in-house soon again, and that'll be great.
Okay. All right. Well, it's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
Did you get any vacation in this year?
This summer, I had a couple weeks, so that was nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Little break doesn't hurt.
It does not.
Brent, you're a little quiet over there. You got to quit thinking about that football game.
Hey, Brent, you're looking nice, though. You're looking sharp.
Thank you. He does look
He's
sharp.
outdressed you, Dave,
Oh,
today.
definitely. Yeah. I'd agree with that. I just want him to, get past that game, that football game. It's in the past. Got to look forward.
Yeah, that's it. Turn the page.
Turn the page. We'll take a time out, and then we'll have some news for you here on The Breakfast Show.
Are you sidelined with an injury? Team Physical Therapy can help at 872-5111. With fall sports and activities getting underway, let the Movement Rehabilitation Specialist get you back into shape. 872-5111. Don't let that back, neck, knee, or shoulder injury prevent you from doing what you love best. With locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, and Kearney, Team Physical Therapy will get you back in the game. 872-5111, or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
Serving you as your hometown grocery store, Gary's Superfoods. Save big on Open Acres boneless skinless chicken breast, $3.99 a pound. 85% lean ground beef in a 10-pound tube, only $3.99 a pound. For your salads or other recipes, red, yellow, and orange bell peppers are 4 for $5. For a delicious dessert, our family premium ice creams are 2 for $7. They are also excited to be offering Godfather's Pizza again. Gary's Superfoods, South B Street in Broken Bow.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The window opens right now for launch of the Artemis 1 moon rocket, but fuel leaks are threatening postponement. CBS's Mark Strassman at Kennedy Space Center.
NASA has a 2-hour window this morning to get this rocket into space. And with all these unresolved issues on Pad 39B, they may need every bit of it if that launch is still possible.
Police say a gunman killed 2 people at a grocery store in Bend, Oregon.
Officers responded, and when they arrived, they entered the Safeway immediately, still hearing shots. They found the apparent shooter dead inside Safeway.
Chief Mike Krantz says police did not fire their guns. CBS News has learned the nation's top intelligence official will launch a review of documents found at Mar-a-Lago. CBS's Catherine Herridge.
The new risk assessment by the U.S. intelligence community will determine which records seized by the FBI at Mar-a-Lago are classified and the potential national security implications if they fell into the wrong hands.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. Lincoln police have released new information on a deadly motorcycle crash from Friday night at 27th and Cornhusker. On Friday, August 26th at 10:15 p.m., a blue 2021 Yamaha motorcycle was traveling eastbound on Cornhusker Highway. Witnesses reported the motorcycle was speeding and ran the red light at North 27th. The motorcycle collided with a black 2022 Ford F-150 truck that was southbound on North 27th Street. When officers arrived at the accident at the scene, the motorcycle was not observed. Witnesses reported a truck drove up to the accident scene, and the occupants picked up the motorcycle, put it in the bed of the truck, and drove away. The truck, a 2005 black Ford 350, was located in a parking lot in the area. The motorcycle was recovered, and one of the occupants, 25-year-old Taylor Azolia of Lincoln, was arrested and lodged in jail for suspicion of tampering with evidence. The investigation further resulted in the driver of the 2022 Ford F-150, 37-year-old Jared Burt of Lincoln, being cited for suspicion of driving under the influence. The driver of the motorcycle, 29-year-old Eric Calhoun of Lincoln, was transported to the hospital where he died from injuries. They would like to extend their condolences to Eric's family and friends from the Lincoln Police Department. The department continues to ask those with additional information, including video evidence, to call their non-emergency number at 402-441-6000 or call Crime Stoppers. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monsi Bolaños.
The NFL preseason is officially over, and earlier today, the Jets came back to beat the Giants.
Chris Strebler in the shotgun. Piron to his right. Takes the snap, drops back, lobs one, back left corner of the end zone. Caught! That's a Jet touchdown! Calvin Jackson! That gives the Jets the lead.
Jets Radio Network on the call. The final score was 31-27. The Steelers beat the Lions 19-9. All-Pro linebacker T.J. Watt and Pro Bowl wide receiver Deontay Johnson both left with injuries but are said to be okay. In Major League Baseball, the Angels completed a 3-game sweep of the Blue Jays. Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani both homered in the game. The Dodgers dominated the Marlins 8-1. Mookie Betts not only hit his 36th career leadoff home run, he also had a double and a single. The Dodgers are 50 games above 500. The Rockies shut out the Mets 1-0. Max Scherzer is 1 win away from reaching 200 career wins, and the A's beat the Yankees 4-1.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, becoming mostly sunny with high temperatures working up to 87 degrees. Then for tonight, mostly clear in the lower 50s. For Tuesday, abundant sunshine approaching 90 for an afternoon high temperature. And for Wednesday, much the same, sunny to partly cloudy. We'll have highs right around 90. Thursday, that stretch of sunny weather continuing, high of 91. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situations change? Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you.
We'll create a personalized financial strategy backed by our advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track, no matter what happens. Contact us today at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It is 58 degrees outside under a partly cloudy sky. Winds are out of the northwest this morning, 2 and 3 miles per hour. Barometric pressure continues to be on the rise today at 30.00. Humidity at 82%. High yesterday, 97. Overnight low of 55. Sunset today at 8:18. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:02. And we have recorded 34 hundredths precipitation in this month of August. As we mentioned earlier, very, very dry out there. Brent.
Yes, Dave.
Could I ask you a little question?
Sure you can.
Are you sure your insurance is covering everything that you have in your new house that you rent across the street from me, and your automobiles and your bird bath and everything? Is it all covered?
Pretty sure.
Do you want to maybe double check? Because that's what Universal Insurance is recommending, and I'm not recommending it. I'm passing along the recommendation from the guys at Universal Insurance, and I should do the same thing.
Yes.
I think everybody should stop here for a moment and realize how much materials and replacement of things that you own are going to be if something happens.
Absolutely. Yes, it is important to insure your home, your family, and your possessions. And Universal Insurance wants to remind you that if you're in business, it's very important to make sure your business is insured properly. Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow about getting the right coverage. They have a wide knowledge base and catalog of information to help your business, from HR to OSHA availability to other features that will play a key role in your business success on the insurance side. Talk to Universal Insurance in Broken Bow today at 872-6438. Or you can visit them at 940 South E Street.
More right after these words.
Do you owe the IRS $8,000 or more? Are you a few years behind on your filing? Are you going through an audit and have no idea what to do? You need an ally fast. Ally's Tax Relief Negotiators can protect you from all IRS collections, but have you called them today? Their team of enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs are your allies to fix all your tax problems. Take the first step to getting the IRS off your back. Call Ally's Tax Relief today for a free consultation. 800-957-0325. Ally's Tax Relief. 800-957-0325.
It's worse than the FBI raid. Big Tech and the Deep State want to stop Donald Trump. Now, Dick Morris reveals their dark plan in his new book, The Return. Already a #1 Amazon bestseller, The Return reveals the real threat facing Trump. But Dick Morris says Trump will still win. At bookstores, get The Return or see the free offer and save $28. Call 800-NEWSMAX, 800-NEWSMAX, or go to thereturn911.com. Thereturn911.com.
Brett and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show. It's coming up on 12 past the hour of 8 o'clock. Some things we want to talk about yet this morning here on the show. So keep it right here. Brent will be talking a little bit about it's a little ways away now because we'll go towards the end of the week before we have sports. But we'll have more sports coming up this week as usual. So we'll get more information from Brent on that. So it's all going to happen during the breakfast show. We still have to play the game as well. But here's a little Boz Scaggs for you, one called Rock and Stick.
them. They're awesome.
On KCNI KBBN.
I'm done drinking Kool-Aid.
Keith Ellis is here. He's done drinking the Kool-Aid, folks. And I know that Brent had drank a whole slug of it as well.
I was trying to just sip the Kool-Aid during the off season. Then we get closer to the season. Then I start gulping it.
Yeah.
And then Saturday happens. But that's all right. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's right, guys. But I know Keith's a big fan, and he's grinding his teeth here a little bit this morning too. So
Is, was, has been,
might be,
will be again.
Yeah, like everybody else out there.
Yeah.
Keith Ellis is here actually on behalf of the Custer County Economic Development Corporation, and we welcome you. Thanks for coming.
Good morning.
Yeah. So let's begin. Let's just begin with the one that consumes a lot of your time, I think, is housing.
Housing grants.
And I know you've had some peaks and valleys and challenges and so forth. Kind of update us there if you would.
Yeah, well, we presently have been working with Callaway on building a new home construction in Callaway, and we just had bid openings on the 27th, 17th of August, and we didn't receive any bids for that project, but we had some conversations, and there are some contractors out there that the deadline was just not going to work for them because of all the projects they have going on already, and there's a lot of construction going on in the Callaway area with the hail damage. And whatnot.
Yeah.
So we talked to the state, and they feel that we should do another bid opportunity in Callaway, and we will. We actually sent some information out last Friday. And so we will be doing another bid for the Callaway new home construction project. And what we're doing is, the deadline hasn't changed, but we're doing is asking any contractors to submit a deadline that they think that they could work with. And then we're going to submit those and see where we are with the state on getting a bid and getting a home built in Callaway. So that's where we're at. It's the third home in the trust fund grant that we have. It's a National Home Trust Fund, and it's a good project. You will be building somewhere around a $250,000 home, but we can only sell it for $212,000.
Okay.
But it's grant funded, so that's why we can do it that way. And so there are income restrictions to it. That's the main thing, that there are income restrictions to it. And but they're not out of line. I mean, I think they're reasonable, especially if you've got a family, a couple kids, and a family of four or whatever in a home. That's pretty reasonable
these days.
Yeah,
these days it is.
Yeah.
Now, again, just so we're clear here, the situation is you need contractors to make bids on this project. You didn't get any the first time.
Correct. Yeah.
Now the state, if I understand you correctly, is giving you a little more time and asking you to give these contractors another shout out. And then we'll have to see what the state does as far as the deadline goes. Did I kind of gather?
Well, we're going under the premise that the existing deadline that we used the first time on the bids was not going to work.
Okay.
But the state said don't change the deadline. What we're doing is to ask any bidders to submit a deadline that is not the same as the published deadline, and just see if we can come up with an opportunity out of it. It's the third home, so there are plans. You have to build it according to approved plans and all of the red tape that goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we're really wanting to get that home built in Callaway, so we're going to try and work with some contractors to do that.
So I think the state probably understands the situation, because that's kind of a common challenge these days, is with our contractors being so busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, the hailstorm in Callaway probably doesn't help things, because there's a lot of repairs still going on for that.
They're really busy over there.
Yeah. And they have other projects as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of growth going on over there. So, And and there's other communities that are doing some great things in the housing area. I guess the one point to make is that the focus has been for us as a organization has been the grant housing, the funds through grants for new home construction. But I've talked to some general contractors late last week, and I'll tell you what, there's a lot of projects going on, even in Broken Bow. And so it's not driven by grant-funded money. It's really the private sector doing what they're supposed to be doing. And so the demand's there, and so the private sector is really working to fulfill that demand. There's some really good projects going on, not just Broken Bow and Ansley and Callaway, and I think there's some development going on in other communities as well. And so we certainly can't just focus on the grant funds.
No, and this is, as you always remind us, Custer County Development Corporation, so you're interested in what's going on in all the communities that
exactly
are in our borders. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty resolute people in all these communities, you've been meeting with some of them too.
Yes, yeah, we've had some wonderful business roundtables. We've got to do a roundtable in Ansley and Sargent this fall, and we're working on getting those set up, and then we'll have completed, and maybe O'Connell would be the third to fulfill our goal of getting all of the business roundtables in the communities. And Broken Bow will be throughout the fall. We'll be doing roundtables in Broken Bow. So that's good. One thing we are working on, well, a couple things that I wanted to bring up is Leadership Custer County, and that's been a strong program here for over the years. What changes with that program is every time there's a new executive director, there are little nuances or little changes to the Leadership Custer County, and so it loses some of its consistency and loses some of its priority, maybe.
Yeah,
well, say it that way. And so what we're doing is completely reorganizing the Leadership of Custer County. And so what we're now doing is our goal was to get the alumni engaged in the leadership and the planning and the direction of the leadership organization. And so we are putting together a leadership committee through the CEDC, and they have the authority to go in and actually they've set a budget, and they're working on getting the sessions. We had a workshop the other day on sessions. We're going to do 12 sessions, and so but we want this alumni engaged in what we're doing and planning the sessions. It's going to be a critical issues based leadership organization instead of just an awareness and FYI kind of a session. So we're going to be tackling critical issues on different topics for that particular month, and the objective is for the class to come up with not necessarily the project itself, but to come up with some solutions to those critical issues, and then take those to the appropriate organization with their recommendations and some critical thinking to do that. And so that's kind of how we're evolving the leadership in Custer County, and we're doing a really conscientious objective to incorporate more of our citizens in the county into the class. We're going to be doing more sessions in each of the communities, not just Broken Bow. We're really farming that out. As an example, for healthcare, we'll probably have one of the sessions of that day. Part of that session will be up at Jenny Milham, but then another part of that session will be over in Callaway.
Sure. And
doing things like that, because we have to. If you're going to talk about issues, there are going to be sometimes they're local, sometimes they're state or federally based issues, and so it's good to get that variety of concentrated kinds of issue solving.
Keith, correct me if I'm wrong, but in earlier years with this program, as I remember it, people would form teams and come up with a project they wanted to do. In other words, something for the community, some project that would be positive, and that was good. I mean, there were some things,
Really good.
as you said, that came out of that. Yeah. And so, if I understood it correctly, when you were kind of talking about it in a meeting, that may not be the course you take, where you create a project. You're kind of looking at what could be done with existing challenges. Is that fair to say?
and what one of those skills that you develop from leadership is identifying the resources, maximizing the resources, coming up with the issues, and then finding the place that the best answer to facilitate and implement those solutions. And so this is basically that kind of a premise. Mm-hmm. And there could be a project that could come out of a particular session, and that would be a really strong indication of that the class is being very successful. But we're not saying you have to have a project as a team. So,
and through those efforts, you might eliminate some unrealistic things as well. I mean, that's part of the process, right?
Yeah, and what we're doing is bringing in panels of experts, community, local, sometimes maybe even state experts on particular issues. Mm-hmm. And so they will be able to discuss during those sessions the who, what, where, why kinds of things that go on in a particular community for an issue. And then that conversation is, okay, here are some things as a leadership class that we see has potential for a solution to this. And then they can do the back and forth with it. And then by the end of the day, they can say, well, okay, here's something we think we can do. We'll take it to XYZ and see if we can get something done.
One of the things that would be outside of this, but still probably part of the conversation, we talk about housing, the need for workers, and then with that whole combination, then comes daycare, care for our children. And I know there's people that are working on a solution for that already. Do you have any updates there, or is it kind of just full steam ahead?
Well, they're still going through the feasibility. They've come up with some drawings and some concepts of what could be that actual facility. It could be a combination of childcare and a wellness center. Mm-hmm. There are some potential concepts with that as well, and then there's some partnerships that they're talking about with different entities within the community, in actually taking the project on. I know that they are going to be working to set some goals financially of what they need to get in the community to raise the funds, and they're going after, grant money, of course, to help with that. And so, the next step that they're in right now is the feasibility, and that builds then the argument for where to go get funds.
Yeah. So
I know that they're moving forward. It's a huge project. Especially with childcare, you just can't make any mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
And all the red tape that goes with that. So they're really doing their due diligence that they have to do, and getting the partnerships aligned, which that's always in any community, that's the strength of a particular concept, is the partnerships you can have within a community. And if you can't have those partnerships, you're just not going to fly. So
and there were earlier hopes, just to kind of update folks, that this could be taking the Southside School, elementary school, and retroing it into a daycare for kids. And they discovered that because of some of those rules and regs and red tape that you're talking about, it would actually cost more to retro the building than to build a new one from scratch, just because of all the things you have to do to meet the government guidelines.
Yeah.
And that's too bad, but that's the stark reality of it.
Yeah,
so.
It is. Yeah, that's a great point. And that set them back a little bit.
Yeah, oh, sure it would. They had put a lot of time into it already, and that seemed like a perfect idea.
Yeah.
Perfect solution to utilizing one of the most sturdy buildings in town. But I mean, that thing's a tank, which would be safe for kids and all, but the inside is not meeting all today's specifications for daycare.
Yeah.
And to make that happen, it was going to be more expensive than building one. So isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the world we live in, though.
It
right?
is. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you wanted to?
Well, I just wanted to mention, we talk about workforce, and I've talked on this show about the three different areas of targets that we have in drawing people into our community for work, for the jobs that are available, and we're still on track for that. The main thing we're doing now is we've got to upgrade our website. It's the front door to the community. Mm-hmm. And so what we're doing is upgrading our website now to a traditional economic development website would have just a basic front page of welcome, this is the CEDC, here's our vision and mission statement, and kind of the comfort page of, we're tossing that one out the window. We're really, front page for us is going to be specific to workforce recruitment and the opportunity for our businesses to tell their story. So we're saving maybe possibly 1 or 2 clicks when you get into that website to get to workforce. It's on the front page. And so we're doing a number of different things. We're going to be having video testimonials from employers, and so a person could click on a job, let's just say a BD job, and so we will have maybe a minute or 2 video clip of someone from BD, David, or someone from BD actually doing a welcome and giving that
personalized invitation.
Personal invitation, warm, fuzzy, and it's very unique. Haven't seen it. I've been trying to find different websites just to model things, and there isn't anything out there like that. And so they can click on that. When you're looking at coming into a community, it's the hospital, it's the education system, it's the quality of life, it's the jobs that are available. Those are the things that are important when people are looking for jobs in a community. Well, instead of having that 3 or 4 clicks down the road, it's right on the front page, the healthcare for relocation. And so whatever you want to call it, but they click on healthcare and it'll go to the different healthcare facilities we have and the data behind it and the quality behind it. Same with education. They click on education. They click on education, it'll go to a site that basically gives them all the story about the quality of education in Custer County, Nebraska, and what that means as far as the advancement of their children moving onward in their careers, either technical training or 4-year degree kinds of education, all of those different things, and partnerships that we have, which is a strength here of the Mid-Plains Community College. And we're going to have that entailed completely within that education area. And the partnerships between the education and Mid-Plains. So they can click on that. Or quality of life, we'll take them somehow, I haven't figured that out. We got to have a meeting on that. But the quality of life is I don't know, it's going to probably have something to do with the tourism component to it. I mean, when you have the number of different lakes that are this close by here and the hunting and fishing, and I mean, there's still strong shopping. I mean, this is a great shopping trade area, and so there traditionally it's got its strengths, and so we need to tell that story, and that's going to be part of that one click from the front page. And so the workforce will be the front page of the economic development. If you have a site selector or site consultant or someone that's looking for a piece of ground or wants to learn more about Custer County to relocate or locate a business, that's where they'll have to go to at this point in time, a 1 or 2 clicks down.
Right.
But they'll have all the data and everything that has to be on there that isn't on there now.
And that's being worked on. That's a project in motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just starting.
Just starting. Oh, that's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we have some great experts.
That's good. That makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, it does. So I've taken it from here to paper to design.
Yeah.
So
that's what we need. Those designers that see it in digital, and we can see it on paper.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for coming in, Keith. Really appreciate it. It's always good to see you and keep us updated.
Thank you. Thanks for having me out here. I appreciate it.
Probably before we go, we should invite anybody out there that's in business or thinking about creating a business. Maybe so they've got a dream that about ready to come true. Joining up with the Custer County Economic Development Group is a win-win for both the group and for the businesses. So if they're out there, I'm sure you'd love to talk to them about becoming members.
Absolutely, and that's one of the focuses this fall is if we can get some conversations about being a partner for economic development and getting our businesses to help be part of that solution. I think is what we're after. But yeah, it's all sustainability. If you can't keep your partners and grow your organization with new partners to expand, it's not a good combination. Math's not very good.
Right. Thank you also for calming Brent down. He's been listening carefully to your presentation. I think he's much better now from his little display of frustration earlier due to the Big Red game this past weekend. So thank you for helping Brent.
Well, I think we should all just do a protest that they didn't do a fumble Ruski instead of a onside kick.
There's a lot of different possibilities being discussed out there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Keith.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll take a time out.
Ansley Lumber and Supply has the products you need for your roofing projects. You can depend on the quality to keep your home safe and strong for years. Malarkey, Tamco, and GAF combines installation and innovation with extreme technology features, including a high-performing weather layer, highest wind protection ever, strongest seal ever, most beautiful look ever, and most popular color lineup. For your roof projects, go to Main Street in Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply.
Enter to win $25,000 in cash while supporting the Team Jack Foundation and their mission to end childhood brain cancer. Purchase a ticket for just
type of genre and do it well. Brent and Dave with you here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this Monday morning, 29th day of August. As we look towards September, that means we're going to be having a holiday weekend. A lot of folks will be out and about. We're going to start talking about Arcadia because they're having their fall festival, which is fantastic. They have a great gathering there. And then the kite flight takes place this weekend as well. That's a tradition that's been going on for many years. So a couple of great activities coming up, along with all the football and volleyball and golf and all those sorts of things that'll be bubbling up here this week. So lots of good family fun available to everyone.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to talk to you now a little bit about Loup County High School. They're looking for some employees. I don't think you have it there. Maybe I'm taking you down a road you cannot. No, there it is. I'm always making you get to the bottom of the stack, aren't I?
Yeah, Loup County Public Schools in Taylor is accepting applications right now for a full-time custodian. Work would be mostly afternoon into the evening with some nights and weekend hours. During the summer, we'll work daytime hours, offering competitive wages based upon experience with a comprehensive benefit package and retirement benefits. If interested, contact Loup County Public Schools in Taylor at 308-942-6115. Again, their number, 308-942-6115. Loup County Public Schools in Taylor now accepting applications for a full-time custodian.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you very much.
Now, there's that contemplative look again. I always get, you keep talking to me about, I've got this look to you.
That really bothers you too, doesn't it?
It does, kind of, because I'm like, what look am I giving to you? But you have this look that you give me, or maybe that you just give, that I can just see the wheels are spinning inside your head, and you're contemplating, do I go down this road or do I not? And you've got that look in your mind, and that always makes me a little nervous.
Well, I was going to ask you a favor, is what I was going to do.
Okay.
I wanted you to...
Now I'm really nervous.
Well, you handle it so well when I ask you for this favor.
Okay.
Did you want to see if the Rooski's awake this morning?
Well, I can. Are you talking about Alexa?
The Rooski.
Okay. All right. Alexa. Uh-oh. She's angry.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Yep.
It looks like a router issue, so try restarting it. Unplug the router, wait 10 seconds, then plug it back in.
Wow.
She's kind of a know-it-all.
I kind of think she's like mad. I can't connect to the internet. Here's how to fix me. Go do it. Woo. It's never good when you talk to Alexa and she flashes red instead of blue.
And then lectures you.
Yeah.
Oh, she is such a Rooski.
Wow.